Many of us who remember our favorite stories and books from childhood can attest to how essential reading is part of growing up. In Lhasa, the capital of Tibet Autonomous Region, a children's library, which started out with next to no books, now affords youngsters in the city of opportunity to choose from a vast range of literary classics.
Every Saturday, a group of avid young readers get together at the Nornor Children's Library, located in the eastern part of Lhasa. This is their newly discovered paradise. Before the library was established, they used an official account on WeChat called Nornor Storytelling. It debuted during the National Day holiday in 2017 as an audio storytelling platform for Tibetan children. The platform broadcast from a small studio. A group of translators worked to render Chinese and foreign language children's picture books into Tibetan. The recordings were sent to Beijing for post-production. Although they eventually produced more than 400 audio programs and built up a following tens of thousands strong, the shortcomings of this approach had quickly become apparent.
但是我们发现这种是非常单一的这种交流，我们是希望能够线下能够跟小朋友们面对面的去讲故事，所以就产生了做绘本馆这样一个想法。
Tashi Ziren was born in Jianzi, in the southern part of Tibet Autonomous Region. As a child, he was brought up by his uncle. He never saw a picture book. He often says that if, back then, he had had as many picture books as he does now, his life would have been very different. In 2018, he went to Pennsylvania to study early children's education. He discovered that many children in the US, because they were encouraged to read picture books at kindergarten, were reasonably literate by the time they started elementary school. Tashi Ziren could see no reason why children in Tibet couldn't achieve the same level. All they lacked was access to picture books. It was relatively easy to acquire the books. However, it was more of a challenge negotiating the Tibetan language copyright. After dozens of emails back and forth, he finally got the go-ahead to publish the first of the world-famous children's books. A month later, Tibet's children had their first sight of Brown Bear, What Do You See in their own language.
我们去年挑选了2本，就是这个是棕色的熊，你在看什么？跟这本的那个好饿的毛毛虫，这2本书是我们挑选的针对低幼的绘本。 然后这2本书的话，就是尤其是这个好饿的毛毛虫，它本身是一本非常知名的儿童绘本，几乎全世界大多数国家都有各自的语言的版本。那藏文作为第66个语言被引进，然后大家能够看到以自己的语言的这种形式呈现出来。其实这本书是在我们这边是非常受欢迎的。
Reading is an essential part of growing up. According to studies, children are sophisticated readers of visual texts and able to make sense of complex images on the literal, visual, and metaphorical levels. In the area of early childhood reading, Tibetan can now be considered to be on par with other languages.
我们有传统的东西，对，我们可以说一口流利的藏语，我们可以看一些藏文的书籍，这些是我们属于这个本民族比较传统的部分。但是我们也有更开明和开放的心，我们可以接受更多元的文化，比如说像老师这里的图书馆的英文书籍，我们也可以看啊，是吧？所有的都是一些财富和宝藏，多元让这个世界更美好。
By June this year, their collection had reached well over 1,000 titles. Whatever the picture book, as long as it's popular on the international market, Tashi Ziren will try everything possible to make it available in Tibetan. In a very short time, the children's library has developed from nothing to the point where it now affords youngsters in Lhasa the opportunity to choose from a vast range of literary classics. Besides Tibetan language picture books, they also have access to stories in Chinese and English. Traditionally, Tibet's children have had to travel to other parts of China to study if they want to broaden their experience and improve themselves. May's mother was sent away to study as a girl. Now, as the mother of a 7-year-old girl herself, she no longer thinks there's any need for her daughter to leave home in search of opportunities.
以前的话，大家因为什么一直想出去？因为你在这边很多东西看不到。现在反而，我觉得像他到了6年级，我不会再送他出去了，因为只要是我们自己寒暑假，然后尤其是在平常给他看的东西、听的东西，然后接触的东西多一点的话，可能就不会说是再需要出去。
要我一份，我最喜欢听乐仪的。我比较喜欢的是柠檬的滋味、奥特曼的故事、毛毛虫、索菲亚的玩别的故事。